Good morning, Internet. What's up? I'm Christiane Cordero, and this is the 734 from WCCO on this a little bit of a gloomy Tuesday. As we get ready for whatever it is you have in store today for you, we want to get you started strong, of course, with the weather. The clouds are going to stick around for the day, is what Riley O'Connor was telling us this morning. Possibly some showers and then mostly cloudy and drizzles later tonight and through this afternoon, really through the whole day. But we are near 50 degrees, starting to feel like spring out there for sure. All right, now let's talk about this. Today, restaurants all around the country are teaming up and asking for your support, dubbing today Great American Takeout Day. Most states, Minnesota and Wisconsin included, have been forced to shut down all dine-in options. You can see who's offering takeout or curbside pickup around the metro. Going to plug our own stuff here because our team worked hard on this. WCCO.com/curbside tells you all the things that you have available right here in the Twin Cities. But we want to know, have you been ordering takeout or delivery? Do you have a place in mind for tonight, for lunch, for dinner? From where? Let us know. Those watching on Facebook, leave a comment right here. We'll get through a few of those after the news. And we have a whole lot of news this morning, starting with some breaking news regarding the Summer Olympics in Tokyo. Just a few minutes ago, it appears Japan and the International Olympic Committee agreed to postpone the games for a year. The Prime Minister says the IOC agreed 100% to a proposal to postpone the games for 1 year. We don't have more details than that just yet. But this has kind of been a conversation for a bit. Both Canada and Australia said that they would not send athletes to the 2020 games in Tokyo, possibly a little bit of a nudge from certain countries that have been pulling out. All right, a big change in Wisconsin today. The governor there is ordering people to stay home because of COVID-19. It's planning on becoming official. The order affects 5.8 million people. Governor's asking them to stay home unless it's absolutely necessary. Families can still walk around outside, practicing social distancing, of course, but all non-essential businesses will have to close. The move is not yet something that Tony Evers expected he would have to do.
It's not something I wanted to do, and it's not something I take lightly. We're all in this together, and we need to help stop the spread of COVID-19 and flatten the curve to ensure that our doctors and nurses and healthcare workers have the opportunity to do their important work.
Today, we should learn more about who the essential employees are that would not be affected by this order, as well as how long it could last. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is not ready to add Minnesota to the list just yet.
I think those that are listening that think if we just shut everything down, don't move anybody, in 2 weeks this passes. That is incorrect. That is not the way it works.
Yeah, lots of details to be ironed out there. Governor Walz is in self-quarantine at home this morning. By the way, a member of his security team tested positive for coronavirus. So far, the governor says he does not have any symptoms, though. Right now, there are 235 confirmed cases of the virus in Minnesota. 21 people are or were in the hospital. And so far, 88 of the confirmed cases have fully recovered. One person has died. Wisconsin announced its 5th death of COVID-19. There are 416 cases there. And the tourism industry in Minnesota and across Minnesota is taking a big hit because of this COVID-19 outbreak, especially along the North Shore. If you were thinking about writing out the outbreak at your cabin, you got to think again. Businesses that typically welcome visitors along Lake Superior are instead asking people to stay away for now. Officials there worry that their healthcare system would not be able to handle a local outbreak. We know the airline industry is struggling as well. A Twin Cities-based air carrier will stop operations completely on April 7th. Compass Airlines operates regional jets for Delta and American Airlines. The company was already going through hard times after Delta announced it was ending their contract. And then, of course, COVID-19 hit, and the company now says that it will shut down operations in 2 weeks. We spoke with an employee who's losing his job.
I'm grateful for unemployment, but $330 a week isn't going to cut it very long. And so all of a sudden there's just this shock of I can't go back to what I was doing, and now I need to find something new.
The Compass shutdown means about 1,300 people will lose their jobs, just like that gentleman. Other airlines are reducing their flights because of COVID-19. Doing so comes with an interesting dilemma. Where do you park all those planes? This video is from a hangar in Oklahoma where American Airlines has sidelined part of its fleet. The Wall Street Journal reports U.S. airlines are putting together a plan for a potential voluntary shutdown of almost all domestic passenger flights. So that's something we are certainly going to keep an eye on. As people hunker down, Minnesota companies are stepping up, as they do. Many of them are making medical equipment and devices to be used to battle COVID-19. 3M is producing 35 million respirators a month. Bedford Industries in Worthington makes zip ties. They now have plans to make 50,000 face shields a day. Medtronic plans to go from making 225 ventilators a week to over 500. And Protolabs in Maple Plain is working double time to help make parts for COVID-19 test kits. Those companies are considered essential businesses, and each one told us that their top priority is the safety of their employees. If they can work from home, they say, count us in. One of the few silver linings in this outbreak is happening on the roads. Fewer commuters means fewer cars. MnDOT says over the last 10 days, traffic has dropped nearly 40%. There's been a steady decline each day, although for most of you with nowhere to go, you might not notice. But hey, it is a good sign that people are following the procedures. All right, with fewer riders, Metro Transit is cutting its route by 40%. Starting tomorrow, most buses will use off-peak schedules. Blue and Green Line light rail trains will run every 20 minutes. Metro Transit is asking riders to only board buses and trains for essential trips. The Senate goes back to work this morning on a $2 trillion economic stimulus package. It includes funding for large companies and additional resources for health care. President Donald Trump says he's confident the economy will reopen in a period of weeks, not months. Around the world this morning, the UK is banning people from leaving their homes with a very few limited exceptions. Prime Minister Boris Johnson said police will break up public gatherings and could fine people breaking the rules. So it certainly is an order. Meanwhile, China is lifting some lockdowns and life is starting to return back to normal. The outbreak city of Wuhan will remain locked down until April 8th, but people in the larger province will be able to leave after midnight tonight. Across the globe in Spain, they're still in the thick of it, but this moment deserves its own shout out. Last night, healthcare workers cheered for each other for their work battling the new coronavirus. I'm sure they are exhausted as they have been overwhelmed with cases. Now more than 33,000 total. All right, let's get back to today's talker. We're bringing in some good news, I guess. Some takeout, some curbside delivery from
oh, absolutely.
WCCO digital guy Eric, what are people saying?
Almost everybody has tried at least once to make sure that they get takeout food.
Yeah.
Jonathan says he had Red Cow in Edina and Eddie Chang in Richfield. Sounds delicious. Becca said she's gotten takeout once from Panera, wants to order more often.
Yeah.
Jana said Westwood Cafe and Spicer. And she will go to the local bakery drive-through today. Don't forget about the bakeries.
Don't forget about the bakeries, yeah.
Exactly. T-Box Bar and Grill, Melanie said, in Ham Lake. Nikki said Herbie's in Alexandria. Mary said Hyacinth in St. Paul. I love Hyacinth.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Hyacinth's delicious.
They're on our
Mike
list.
Augustinak and I went to go get parlor burgers last night.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Great. How was that?
They travel very well. They were
Yeah.
delicious.
I mean, and they just kind of get like warm and juicy
Absolutely.
and all that stuff.
Side of fries that we split between each other and still had leftovers.
Oh,
so,
perfect.
yeah.
Perfect.
What about you?
We're either doing market barbecue or olive and lamb later tonight, and we got Centro over the weekend. So
Yeah, we're
it's
gonna
fun.
do Zenbox is next on our list.
Yeah, Zenbox is doing the pay what you can too, and that's really cool.
And I'm gonna pay more than what I can.
Perfect. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it. That's it for now. This is the 734 from WCCO. We know most of the Twin Cities are on the go, maybe not so much right now, but go ahead and make us your place for mobile news while you stay up to date with everything that's happening. We will be back here tomorrow, Wednesday, 7:34, and until then, enjoy the internet.